Hello, hello. It's the Johnny Loves Movies podcast. And as promised, you had another movie review. Now, I said I was going to review Play Dirty um, along with another film I'm forgetting at this time. But I'm going to run an audible. I'm not reviewing Play Dirty tonight. What I'm going to review a new release that came out today, technically yesterday. A little movie called Tron Ares. Yes, Tron Ares. The latest installment in the Tron franchise, 2025, 15 years after the 2010 original sequel, not original. Technically, it is 42 years after the original because the original came out in 82. Um, this is a long awaited sequel to the 2010 sequel. I mean, technically, the sequel would be in the original sequel, right? So I'm kind of right and I'm kind of wrong at the same time. That's neither here nor there. Tron Ares. Tron Ares stars Jared Leto as the titular Ares, not Tron. Bruce Boxleiter, who played Tron in the first two films, is not here. Matter of fact, nobody from Tron Legacy is in this movie. And the only person from Tron and Tron Legacy who's in this movie is Jeff Bridges. We get more on that later. Yo, dog. Ares, man, he is a AI program who is created from the grid of not the original. Okay, that didn't sound right. I'm gonna just we're gonna rewind it. We're gonna rewind it. Ares is a program part of the Dillinger grid. Dillinger, if you don't know who he is, and of course you don't know who he is. This is a cult movie. Tron is the original cult movie. So like it's not like a Star Wars or anything. So you probably lost. The villain in the first movie, Tron, his name is Edward Dillinger. Edward Dillinger was the CEO of Encom. Encom is the company that Jeff Bridges' character, Kevin Flynn, works at, who in that one, he snuck onto their servers to prove that Edward Dillinger stole his original design for his two games that he made, Space Paranoids and I believe it's Tron. I really don't remember that movie. I only watched it twice and I fell asleep both times. Um, and so Dillinger is the villain of that one. Okay. In this one, his grandson, played by Evan Peters, is the villain of this one. Now he has his own little grid. Where he created his own master control program. The master control program is Ares. Ares is a AI computer man living inside of a computer who he brings to the real world because he's showing the military that you could bring computer people from the Tron world into the real world. And the only catch is they can only be in the real world for 30 minutes. After that, they derez and they turn into like little ashy goo on the ground, and it looks very painful. Like when they start de-resing, they're like it looks really painful. Like I'm so glad I'm not a computer person that I know of, and so that's really the setup. So Edward Dillinger's grandson, played by Evan Peters, has these AI people that he's trying to sell to the military, but the only problem is he hasn't solved the whole. Them dying after 30 minutes of being in our world from the Tron world. Okay. And so you have that. And on the other hand, you have Incom. Incom is the company that I mentioned before that Jeff Bridges' characters worked for in the first movie. and they have these two new CEOs. Well, one CEO, she was a sister, and it was her, so they were like a duo. And then like the older or younger sister, I'm not really sure what she was, um, died. So like the younger or older sister who we follow in this movie, well, she is in Alaska doing some technological shit, and so she is looking for the key that would be able to bring things from the Tron world into our world, right? So like she's not bringing computer men. What she's doing is she's bringing like computer trees with computer oranges and stuff, right? And she's looking for a code called the permanence code, so that computer oranges can stay in our world longer than 30 minutes, right? So she figures it out, right? And then Evan Peters' character, he's Edward Dillinger's grandson. Well, he sends Ares after her, right? Because, well, you know, he's like, I can't figure it out. My computer people keep deresing or dying. They call it dying. They call it dying deresing. So I'm gonna just say what they say in the movie. Deresing right after 30 minutes. So I need to find this code so my computer people can stop being like, ah, I need to find out how I can use that code, right, to keep my computer people out here longer than 30 minutes. And you have a big, basically that's it. It's a big chase picture after that. So um, he's trying to get this code. Ares, the computer program, is like starting to question stuff because in all these AI movies, AI has to become like sentient and aware. And not raindrops. Sorry, I said raindrops. Yeah, I was gonna say teardrops. Raindrops from the sky is what really like awakens him, and he starts questioning things because that's how it goes in these AI movies. He's like, well, why do I gotta listen to you? Is that really something that we should be like? He started questioning his master, and then it becomes like one big Frankenstein allegory. So really that's what's going on in Tron Ares. Okay. The plot, if it sounds complex and you're lost, that's because the plot is complex. Like they somehow, I gotta give it to whoever wrote this movie. They somehow took the simplest shit and made it complex, unnecessarily complex. Um, and I think on a critic analysis, not a lot of people are going to say that these movies have the best scripts. Usually it's just pretty visuals and well, the last movie had a good soundtrack. I don't even know about the first movie. The first movie was just some like orchestral shit. Like it wasn't really um, a popular band like it has been for the last two movies. Like with this one, you have Nine Inch Nails doing the soundtrack. And with Tron Legacy, you had Daft Punk doing the soundtrack. It's more like a score than a soundtrack. I keep saying soundtrack, they're scores. And so really it's like these movies are known for good visuals, good music, light, lacking in story. Right. And so when it comes to the story of this film, like I said, they made this simple plot overly complicated. We get stuck in the 80s for like 20 freaking minutes of this movie. Like they halt the movie to like talk about how much they love the 80s, which was kind of just annoying. And honestly, oh man, Tron Legacy was a very informal core movie for me. It came out when I was 20, and it really left a cinematic impression on me. The last 15 years, I would have to say I truly adore that film. The more I watch it, it really has staying power. Whereas I don't see that same staying power coming for it from Ares. Tron Legacy was a visual feast, a audio feast. Um, it really was one of my favorite films in the last century. I was really found myself moved, even though the story in Tron Legacy was lacking, just like it is lacking here in Tron Ares. But the difference is that movie had heart. This movie, there is barely a pulse. Okay. This thing is a broken shell. Um, I really did not like this visual experience. They keep talking about the digital special effects. I'm like, Tron Legacy's effects are on par, if not better, than the effects in this one. What are you talking about? They talk about the musical score. Excuse me. Look, I know Nine Inch Nails is a fantastic group with a lot of fans, but did you listen to the Daft Punk score in Tron Legacy? You know, I had a pleasure today because I feel like I was taking crazy pills because everybody who's reviewed this thing, left, right, and center, all say that the Nine Inch Nails soundtrack is amazing. Oh my God, it's great, it's amazing. But I don't think that this soundtrack, this score, is going to have the same lasting staying power whatsoever as the Tron Legacy score. Okay, I still listen to the Tron Legacy score um to this day. All right. That score knows when to play on the heartstrings and the emotional core of certain scenes. They plus the scenes that they're in. It doesn't sound like a continuous car crash. Um, the Tron Legacy score is a phenomenal piece of work. The Tron Ares score is a continuous car wreck. Okay. I don't. I'm trying to find the words here, but like when I listen to the Aries soundtrack, I just hear the same thing. I don't hear any pitch changes. I don't hear anything different in the composition of song to song. To me, it's like the same song. What it feels like was Disney just knew that the Tron Legacy score was the thing that stood out, and it was like, Daft Punk broke up, so let's find another band that's very popular, okay, and then let's just have them just throw together the most generic techno electro music possible, and put it in our movie. The score comes in at weird times in the movie too. Like when you watch Tron Legacy, because I watched it recently. When you watch Tron Legacy, the Daft Punk music really don't. The score, the Daft Punk score, the Daft Punk music doesn't really shine as much in the real world as it does in the Tron world. Okay, and I'm saying shine for a lack of a better word. Like the placement. There we go. The placement of the music cues from that movie and that movie's particular score happens when you enter the Tron world. So you don't hear Tron like music when you're in our world. You might hear a little bits and pieces of it, but it's like a traditional movie score when you're in our world. When you go to Tron world, that's when you hear the Daft Punk score, right? The Nine Inch Nails score, right? You don't hear it just in the Tron world. You hear it in our world. Oh, and and the movie barely takes place in the Tron world. It's in our world because they're coming to our world. Okay. Look, I live in this bitch. All right. I don't when I go see Tron, I don't want to see computer people on our shit. I want to see computer people in the Tron world. All right. You play your little Tron sandbox. Don't be coming into our world. You stay in the Tron sandbox. And yeah, so I mean, it loses points based on that alone. I don't like the score. I didn't like the placement. The graphics, the CGI wasn't really an improvement on Tron Legacy. It was on par, if not worse. Um, I could not connect to any of the characters in this film. I don't like the way Jared Leto plays his character at all. Look, I know he's a computer man and he's from the computer world and he's coming into our world and all that jazz, right? But like when you watch the last two Tron movies, even though they were computer men and women, they still had emotions. I ain't feel no emotions from whatever the fuck Jared Leto was doing. For real. So like, you know, I just didn't feel it. I just wasn't feeling it. You know, I didn't feel the performance. I really wish that they kept Joseph Kosinski. If you know who Joseph Kosinski is, he directed. He went on to direct after Tron Legacy because he directed Tron Legacy. That was his first film. Oh, and by the way, he built them sets. By the way, architecture major. He built them sets too. They're all practical. You could tell that this movie was green screen to death. There was no practical sets in the Tron world. It was very disappointing. You barely spent time in the Tron world in the Tron city. But let's get back to Joseph Kosinski and who he was. He's the director of the second Tron movie, not this piece of shit. He produced it, but he didn't direct this. He produced this one. But Joseph Kosinski went on to direct Top Gun Maverick. Have you heard of that? No? Okay. Let me entice you with another movie. F1 that came out this summer. Yeah, that's right. That's the guy who did Tron Legacy. That's the guy who Disney decided they didn't want to wait on. So they got the guys who did Kon-Tiki. You heard of Kon-Tiki? They did. No, you didn't. You didn't. Okay, Playboy. How about this? They did Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead Men Tells No Tales. Yeah, that's the guy they got to work on this little Tron movie right here. Yeah, Playboy. It wasn't. It's not for me. This movie's not for me. I'm cool. I'm gonna just chill with my Tron Legacy. All right. Okay. I'm gonna try to get into the first Tron because I didn't really like the first Tron, but I might watch the first Tron just to see if I'm tripping. But I love Tron Legacy, so I'm cool with my Tron Legacy, the movie, and the soundtrack. You keep that Tron Aries over here. All the critics are right. This movie is hot garbage. This movie is a DooDoo Milkshake. All right. If I were to put this on my letterbox review, this movie is 1.5 stars. And the only reason why I give the half stars, I like the font. I like the font in the opening of the movie. I like the, it was good typography. So that's my Tron Legacy review. Like I said, I was doing this quick and dirty. I just wanted to get my thoughts out here. I needed to get this movie up off my chest. All right. Do what you need to do. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on TikTok, Johnny Loves Movies. And as always, we out here. Hello.